this misconception about bow spamming. Apparently, we have come to this conclusion that shooting someone with a bow and arrow more often than your opponent is comfortable with makes you a cheap, unskilled noob. Well, that's stupid. So if you're the person who believes using your bow against your enemies a lot is unskilled, then you are not in the bad argument zone, no. You have transgressed that. You have entered the completely backwards logic zone. In this zone, you're at the stage of telling people to put on a fur coat when they're hot. Yeah, it's completely backwards. Just like calling a bow spammer unskilled. Because if I remember correctly, it's gonna take a lot more skill to aim and fire at a moving target from afar than to rapidly left click with your sword at a person who's right in front of you. I don't know, you can get all in my face about clicks per second, rod mechanics, strafing, whatever. All that's just an exaggeration to make sword fighting seem a lot harder than it is. Using a bow takes movement prediction, understanding the behavior of other players, their movement patterns, because guess what? It's possible to dodge arrows. You can step to the side, you can hide behind a tree, you can pull some edgy jukes. The argument that bow spammers are unskilled, it's completely backwards. Then there's all these things you can do to counter bow spammers, just like my other videos. Clean up, cowards. There are ways to fight bow spammers too. Like I mentioned, you can dodge arrows, not that hard. And guess what you can do after you dodge the arrows? You can pick them up. Wow! And if you have your own bow, you can shoot their arrows back at them. You're largely rewarded for your opponent's failure in a bow fight. Meanwhile, in a sword fight, if a knight misses their hilt smash, which they can't really do, you can't pick their hilt smash back up and use it against them. It doesn't work like that. And furthermore, both bows and arrows are available to everybody. Find them in a chest. Kill a guy, get his bow. It's not restricted to a kit, like hilt smash. They're there for people to use. Interesting concept. What you can also do is wait till deathmatch where bows are more restricted in the small arena. This solution is not that great since bows are still kinda useful in deathmatch. But another thing you can do, run right up to the guy. If you get skilled enough at arrow dodging, you can dodge arrows while running up to him. This can still be difficult, take into consideration the rod and perhaps ground pound. But usually if someone's bow spamming, they have weaker gear than you. Therefore, forcing a sword fight should be rewarding for you. Furthermore, it's not fair of you to force your own fighting style onto your opponents. Fight like a man, sword fight, But if you got the supply drop, enchanted diamond sword, and you got your hilt smash and you're ready for every melee fight out there, it does not make sense to tell a gold armor stone sword bomber to fight you with a sword. He's trying to win too, remember, so he's going to use whatever advantages he has against you. Because if you didn't know, that's how people win, in any game really. One of these advantages include bow spamming, big surprise. If his bow spamming wins against you, it's your own fault, cause on average, bow spamming should be weaker than your stacked self. Dodge the arrows, run up to him, and kill him in his own self. And when you say, sword fight me like a man, you coward, you're basically saying, wow jerk, why didn't you let me win? It doesn't make very much sense. Bow spam isn't even a good term. You can't even spam your arrows. First off, arrows are pretty rare, unless you decide to take it upon yourself to take all the flint, feathers, and sticks and craft your arrows, which I actually do. Arrows are hard to come by, not to mention the bow, so you don't even have that many arrows to spam. Second, it's not as if we're using old Minecraft bows. With those, the faster you right-click, the faster the arrows came out. You're practically a machine gun. Now, you have to charge your bows. If you don't, it's pretty ineffective to say the least. They fire about half a centimeter, and they do negative damage. So bow spammers are immobile while firing, and take that opportunity to go kill them. Now you might argue, but Archer makes bows really strong. But you're forgetting the part where they're playing Archer, so you just kill them. When you have strong gear and lose to a bow spammer, and then complain about it, you're complaining because you feel like you shouldn't have lost, that it was unfair that a guy with weaker gear than you was allowed to win. But let me clue you in on something, buddy. Survival games, any game for that matter, shouldn't just become a walk in the park after you accomplished something good in the game. Getting a supply drop is not an instant ticket to victory. Other players should always present a challenge, i.e. bow spammers. So, what did you learn today? Probably nothing at all, because the Minecraft community is just about the most stubborn and stuck up of all the gaming communities out there.